do the Grand Shed product, obviously super excited, couldn't wait. And then it was just kind of a complete snowball of colours, textures, everything. So just really excited. So the idea behind the Reading Snug was to kind of like bring something that you do indoors on a daily, weekly basis, outdoors, you know, no matter what the weather. On a personal note, home's not just home anymore, it's work as well. So to kind of create a space that you can kind of leave your back garden and go, you know, and kind of shut yourself off into a lovely dimly lit room was just an ideal. The kind of main feature is obviously the colourway. So using the colourway, painting everything out, the floor and the roof, the whole lot, brings all the accessories, all the book spines, you know, the metallics. We've got lots of kind of metallic accessories in there. So it just all kind of pops everything out. But yeah. I would say, think, you know, get rid of the soil, get rid of tools, think past, you know, your generic, what you would use a shed for, and then start thinking about what you love to do. So do you love to read? Do you love to create something? Are you a crafter? And just kind of roll with it from there. My absolute favourite part is probably the most unnoticeable section of the shed, but I've got a tiny little dog hole, a little Hugo hole. So I have a little sausage dog called Hugo. He comes everywhere with me, so that's my little dedication to Hugo.
Well, it's very exciting to try doing something slightly different from the norm. We don't normally do these buildings, and actually what we were looking at was trying to find something that people could recreate on a fairly tight budget and get, you know, a nice look somewhere very different from in their homes. This shed is inspired by South Beach in Miami, and it's really going back to a time when I went to South Beach with a load of girlfriends in my late 20s, and it was a time in life when I was very carefree. I didn't really have any responsibilities, so the idea was to find somewhere where you could escape, relax, forget about everything for a little while. You can have a few minutes in the day, maybe having a cup of tea in here, but obviously at night time invite the girls over, have cocktails and recreate the holiday times. With the mood board, and I knew the vibe that I wanted to create, the type of feeling, and then I was really looking for the items that would fill that bill really. So I've got quite a price range in here, but obviously again you could create the same thing at a lesser budget. I've got a very beautiful coffee table from Tom Faulkner, which is a bespoke piece, hand painted with the Florentine gold finish. Got the fabulous wallpaper, which is Coal and Sun, which has got the tropical sort of palm print, really bringing in the South Beach vibe. Well, the first thing is to just plan out what you actually want to do there, what do you want to achieve, and when you've not got a massive amount of space, you need to be realistic about how many different functions you can achieve. And then the best thing is to get pen and paper and start drawing out the space, and then collate together any ideas you've got, any things you've seen, mood boards, etc. Just try and get all those ideas together and edit them so that you've got a cohesive look at the end.
Very good. I actually approached them, so because I won Grand Designs Garden Design of the Year, I just said, what's going on this year? And they said, oh, we've got a shed project, and I said, well, give me one, and then this is what's come of it. Well, I mean, what we want to do is bring the outdoors in, so people don't use their sheds, you know, as they just use them as storage rooms to general clutter. So the idea is, you know, actually look outside in nature and what can come into the shed, and then actually use it as a space that you can sit and enjoy and relax in. Typically, you know, sheds are like, you know, potted shed potentially, so we want to just fill it with plants and give it that that green feel, that natural feel, but also put a contemporary twist in it that goes with our design style and what we really like try to achieve. So that's why even putting in some green walls in there, but also some, you know, nice outdoor furniture and paving on the inside. It suddenly changes the mindset on what a shed should be. Go and look at nurseries and see what plants you know, you think would fit the space, and just start off small, but make sure you know you have a nice comfortable area, and you know, go from there. I think it's something you can slowly build and enjoy. It's a unique space. Probably say the green wall here. You know, this is a product that we're selling, and it's you know, pole moss, but if you know, it looks like hills from above. So it works quite nicely, and it's unique, and it can go indoors and outdoors.
I wanted to create a boutique bedroom, the idea that you've got a space for your guests, whether it's friends or family, on the basis that it's an extension of your home, because I think space for quite a lot of people is at a premium these days. And most people, if you're having guests, sometimes your guests are going to be relegated to the sofa or an airbed or something like that. So the idea of having it in the shed, but making it a special sort of luxurious environment, that was the main idea. So I wanted to have a slight sort of hotel feel to it, like a boutique hotel. So having those extra little touches. I wanted still to retain the elements of a garden shed with the tongue and groove, calming tone, so a bit of a sort of Scandinavian feel to it. And then the small side tables either side, which are wall hung to give the illusion of more space as well. So that it also doubles up as a space that it, rather than not just for your guests, you can go in there, you can go in and watch a film and sort of wrap up and stay cosy, so it's a little escape room as well. I think one of the things is sort of when you're considering the furniture, the kind of furniture that you're going to, you know, obviously it needs to be suitable to that environment. But it's a relatively simple concept, and the main thing we've got here is obviously painting it was the key thing, and also getting some good flooring. Rather than sort of painting the floorboards, I felt that was going to actually make it much more warmer and make you feel that you're actually in a proper room. Some of the other things, we've also retained some sort of key elements of the sort of the potting shed. So some of the prints that we've got are sort of vintage seed packets or vintage tools and things that you might traditionally find in a shed. So to mix the two, sort of luxurious and the potting shed together.
I was really excited about getting to do this shed project because it's something I've not done before, and I thought it was a great experience to see what you could do with a garden shed and hopefully inspire some people who come to the show. So the inspiration for the sewing shack was that it wanted to be a really light, bright, airy space, so for somebody that enjoys doing craft and sewing, that they've got lots of light in there for doing fine needlepoint work. It's the type of thing that I do myself, so really enjoyed making the most of that space. Most of the things that are in here are upcycled, so I've picked up the furniture pieces really cheaply from a range of different charity shops, and a bit of time and effort into it, transferring them into unique pieces that are really usable for myself. And it's taken 3 days to completely transform this space, so it is a weekend really that you can change a shed into a really usable living space. So definitely give it a go. With a garden shed, it's a fantastic opportunity to use that space and take the indoors outside and create a space that doesn't have to just be about storing tools. I mean, these sheds are fantastic spaces. This is a massive shed. This is a 10 by 8 one that Waltons have supplied, and it's a fantastic space, loads and loads of room that we've been able to put in so much more furniture than I was expecting to get in here. So they are a brilliant space. My favourite part is definitely this cutting table, because this is something that I've always wanted myself. It folds away, it's versatile, and it allows you to cut your patterns out on it, and it's already found a home in my own house because it's something that I've wanted for such a long time.